Are any of you Ducks fans? My brother and my parents are Oregon Ducks fans, but my brother went to Oregon University. Is that what it's called? I'm not quite sure. Side note. Anyways, welcome back to Chit-Chaturday. How are you guys doing? I'm doing great. Today I wanted to do a fall look. It's very much cooled down here. It doesn't feel like summer anymore, and I've just been like shopping for a ton of fall clothes. I've been buying like sweaters and flannels and just kind of, you know, fall themed things. So I wanted to do a fall get ready with me since it's like, you know, the end of September. And so I thought Chit-Chaturday is my time where I like to do that, and I like to just kind of speed you up, catch you up to what's going on in my life, and just kind of sit down and chit chat. So if you're new, welcome. I am so happy to have you guys here. If you watch me all the time and you haven't yet subscribed, subscribe so that you don't ever miss a video. Or if you're like, hey, I haven't seen a video from her in a while. Well, if you're not subscribed, it won't show up. So just a little side note on that. So yeah, I will cut this intro short because the rest of the video will be long anyways. And so let's roll into this. First thing I want to mention before I even put my makeup on, actually, I always forget this. This candle. Can I touch it? Yeah, it's not too hot. It's Village Candle Apples and Cinnamon. Okay, it's not your typical apples and cinnamon scented candle. This is the best apples and cinnamon candle I've ever smelled in my entire life. And we've had this for like 3 weeks and we burn it a lot. And the scent just permeates the entire house. It has apples, cinnamon, nutmeg, and sugar. So, perfect fall candle. You need this in your life. Trust me, you will thank me. It smells absolutely divine. So I'm going to do my eyes first today because I'm going to use a couple shades from ColourPop that are kind of glittery. That is the one thing that I have found with ColourPop shadows is that I do get glittery stuff down in here, which I don't love, which is why I'm going to do my eyes first. But I'm going to start off with Painterly Paint Pot. I think this is my favorite way to prime my eyes. I've done the liquid primer thing, and I just feel like this cancels out my redness. I have a freckle on my eye right here, so it always shows through if I just use, especially if I'm just not doing like anything dark. It always shows through and it looks like I forgot a spot, but it's actually a freckle. I also have a freckle on my lip that shows through like sheer gloss, so it always looks like I don't know, it just looks funny, but it's freckle. I'm very freckly. And as I get older, I feel like the freckles just don't go away when I get more fair. Like the summer sun brings them out and they just stick around, but I'm sure you've gathered that by now. I'm very freckly. But anyways, it is my favorite eye primer, and I would recommend it to you, especially if you have a lot of redness and veining and discoloration. This is just a go-to. If you're more yellow undertone, soft ochre would be better, but this is better for me because I'm more like neutral. I'm going to start off with Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek and just kind of throw that in my crease. I love this color. I just find that it goes with so many things, and I kind of gravitate towards using it a lot because I like to have the warmth up here. And I think I'm going to take it a little bit higher today, all the way kind of up here. I'm just going to kind of do it sloppily, no precise here. So what have you guys been up to? It is officially fall, like I had said, and there was like a fall festival this past weekend that my kids kind of went down to downtown, and yeah, fall is my favorite time of year. I love everything about it. I love the temperatures. I love the scents. I love the outdoor activities. It's not too hot. You're not dying, sweating. Of course, it depends where you live. I'm sure if you live somewhere in the deep south, it's probably still a little bit warm for fall, or Florida. But where I live, well, I don't live here anymore, but up here in Wisconsin, fall is cool. It's a cooler time of year. Now I'm going to go in with a frappe from Makeup Geek. I'm kind of using my actually, I'm using all today of my favorite shadows from Makeup Geek. So I guess if you've never ordered or if you don't have any one of these are the ones I really like. Frappe, it's kind of like a warm brown. It kind of reminds me of like chai, like the color of a chai latte if you put a little bit of milk in it. But anyways, so, gosh, that candle smells good. Seriously, that's a great candle. 217, I'm just gonna kind of start to create some depth here. Last night I watched a movie called Love, Rosie. You need to watch it. If you love a good little romance movie, it was so good. It was actually a good movie. And lately, I've been picking movies that I feel like the director just says, cut, and walks off, and it's done. Like, I hate watching movies where the ending is like, there's no closure. There's no ending. It's like he decided to be real abstract about it and real creative and just be like, figure out your own ending or interpret it how you want. No, I just spent the past 2 hours of my life for nothing. I could have not watched the movie and had the same result. I hate those kind of movies. I know some people think they're really cool, and it's, I don't know anybody that thinks it's really cool. It's just annoying. It's like, well, I just watched that whole thing for nothing. I could have not watched it, and it wouldn't have mattered. You know what I mean? So anyways, love Rosie. I promise you, it was a good movie, and it has an ending. I feel like movies need an ending. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm just into a movie with an ending. But anyways, that's a good one. So if you're looking for something to watch that, you know, won't waste your time, that's what I would recommend. I'm going to go in with Bitten, which this is a beautiful color. It's just a beautiful, deeper reddish burgundy type shade. Perfect for fall. And I'm going to start to add some fall into this eye look. You know, I've never really been much of a movie watcher, but lately I've been just as kind of like my unwind downtime. After my kids go to sleep, I've been having a lot of ice cream and movies. But I'm kind of getting into it. I mean, my husband really likes to watch movies and stuff. Now, do we have the same taste? Not exactly. But, I mean, the only kinds of movies I will not watch because I will have terrible dreams and will never be able to sleep again are like scary movies. I don't like them. I realize they're not necessarily real, but they still freak me out, and then I still have bad dreams about it. So I just would rather not subject myself to that kind of anxiety and stress. Because to me, a movie's supposed to be like relaxing, lay on the couch. No, I'm like physically tense and stressed. It's no different than subjecting myself to a roller coaster. Been there, done that. I know it makes me feel so much fear and stress and anxiety that I don't need to subject myself to that. Given the option, I'm choosing no. So scary movies and roller coasters, nope, not for Chelsea. Now I'm gonna grab a little bit of shimma and put this, I don't know if this is the best brush to use, but I'm gonna put this on my brow bone up here. Now if this is too shimmery for you, just, you know, pick something else. A less shimmery option is that I like, which I was going to use today, but I just now realized that I forgot, is Rice Paper by MAC. If you have older eyelids or crepier eyelids, or you just don't like a lot of shimmer, but you want like a soft, subtle brow bone highlight, Rice Paper is a good option. I also really like All That Glitters. Or is it All That Glitters? Yeah, I think that's the one I like too. I put that on my mom's lid the other night and she really liked it. It doesn't enhance, but it gives you a glow. Because I know, looking at my mom's eyelids, like what my future will be. So I know someday I won't be able to rock some of the same things I can now just because, you know, genetics. Things, gravity, genetics, things don't stay the same forever. Isn't that sad? That's sad. Okay, I'm going to take Makeup Geek's Glamorous. This is like a golden, really pretty, kind of like Amber Lights by MAC, but not as intense. And I'm going to put that on my lid. It's real similar to Amber Lights, but I feel like it's a little, slightly more subdued. Slightly. Hold on, Jasper. I'll let you out in a sec. Got my kitty, well, my mom's kitty kenneled, because he likes to chew on cords. And we got a whole heck of a lot of cords going on right now, and if I were to unplug them, you would not be able to see me anymore. Now I'm going to dip into Cocoa Bear, and then I'm also going to kind of mix in a little bit, let me get it on my Z palette here, a Bada Bing by Makeup Geek. It's like a dark chocolate brown with a little bit of gold, but I feel like the gold glitter doesn't really like translate, so I'm just going to, I don't want it to be too dark, so I'm going to mix these two together and deepen up my outer V here. And this is a Makeup Geek outer V brush, or crease brush actually it's called, but I like to use it for out here because it's pointed, so it's a little bit more precise and stiff. He's out. Look how cute he is. No, he's making a bed. That's what I wanted him to do, but he has this obsession with chewing cords. I've gone through 4 phone charger cords since I've been here. Yeah. Soon as he sees there's a cord plugged in, I kid you not, he leaps for it. It's like his crack. It's crazy. I'm going to take Makeup Geek's Cocoa Bear and that same butter. I tend to just use the same brush for a lot of things, especially if it's like just another darker color. I wipe it off a little bit on like toweling. And I'm just going to blend the Cocoa Bear underneath my lower lash line here. But anyways, I feel bad that he has to be kenneled, but not only is he a food beast, like a food beast, he's a rescue kitty, but he likes cords, extension cords, anything with a cord. He feels the need to chew it in half. I'm going to take a little bit of ColourPop's Amaze with my finger. This is a gorgeous shade, and just kind of pop it here in the center of my eyelid. Really just is a gorgeous golden-y color, but it'll kind of lighten my lid up a little bit. I have found that I prefer my lid to be light. I don't know, I just feel like it looks best on me when I have a lighter lid, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to line my upper waterline and lower waterline with the NARS Via Veneto black eyeliner. I find this is one of the only eyeliners that'll actually stay in my waterline, like for more than 5 minutes. And then I'm also going to do my upper lash line with this same pencil. I've kind of been foregoing not doing a wing lately. I never used to do wing. I didn't even think I could do a wing or know how to do a wing until I started watching YouTube. And I definitely think that there's a look for it, there's a time and a place for it. But for me, for day to day, if I don't wear lashes, I feel like when I wear a winged cat eyeliner with just mascara, it looks funny. Like, it doesn't look finished. With lashes, it makes sense because it like frames your eyes and it's dramatic anyways. But if you're not going to do lashes, I just feel like it looks, I don't know. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do lashes or not today. I might not. We shall see. I'm going to curl my lashes because if I don't do false ones, curling them, and then doing a layer of eyelash primer before my mascara makes a world of difference in how much more voluminous and long they look. So I'm going to use the Lancome Sills Booster as my eyelash primer. I like this one. I've tried others. I have the Smashbox one, and my mom really likes the Tarte one. I've tried it. I just like the wand on the Lancome one the best because I feel like it doesn't just like put the product on. It helps give my lashes more volume, and I like volume. I have lashes, and I have a decent amount of them. They're just very short and straight, so I like to make them look, you know, more full. So that's why I like this one the best. Looks like that in a white tube. Actually, I think they might have changed the packaging. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm going to use the Tarte Gifted Mascara. I've been really digging this mascara lately. It just gives, it reminds me a lot of the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, like the brush and the formula and stuff, but I feel like the end result, my lashes are not crunchy. They're definitely soft but full. I don't like crunchy, hard lashes. I mean, not generally. I mean, I don't like them to look too spidery or too crispy. I like them to look like lashes, but longer and fuller, and I feel like this really does a good job at that. I decided not to do lashes. I don't know, I just didn't feel like monkeying with it today, and I don't know, do you guys always like when I wear lashes or when people in general wear lashes? I realize it's like a personal thing. Like, I just feel like all the tutorials I ever watch, they're throwing on lashes because it's very glamorous. It kind of finishes the look. It ties it all together. But on a day-to-day basis, the average woman probably doesn't do that. So sometimes I like to kind of not do that just to kind of represent you because you and me are the same. I do like to wear lashes, but I think today, since I'm not really going anywhere too glamorous, I just kind of wanted to do a more like real kind of fall tutorial. Not that wearing lashes isn't real. I'm just trying to give you a little bit different of a look. So now let's move on to the face. I have decided my favorite way to apply foundation. I've done the brush thing. I like it for some foundations, but lately I've been just really liking a damp beauty blender. I've been having a lot of hormonal breakouts all the way down my neck and just my face. Like, my skin is just irritated with me right now, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I've been finding that using a little less foundation and applying it this way and then spot concealing works out better and looks less mask-like than when I go crazy and I'm upset that I have zits and I'm trying to cover them all up. I actually find that it's looking better to do less, which is against what Chelsea normally wants to do. And I realized I forgot a primer, so let me Rachel K CC cream, because the only other primer I have I don't feel like using right now. So I'm just going to do a little bit of this. I haven't even been doing a whole lot of primer either, and I only use this stuff in the center of my face, and I use it on especially where I have pores. And right now I have some pores going on too, so I'm just going to kind of keep it here. I would never use this all over your face because it's way too light. It only comes in fair, but it really does a good job of hiding pores and brightening up your complexion. I've been trying to be more gentle with even makeup application. I tend to be a bit rough, and I feel like I need to really be careful now because this next decade I'm gonna really start to see aging and stuff, and so it is important to be gentle with your skin, you know. For foundation, I'm gonna use I got a sample of this from Sephora, the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation. I'm in the shade 127. Now, a month ago or so when I used this, I told you I wasn't really keen on it. And I've been wearing it ever since, and I've kind of changed my opinion on it. And I think it's because I wasn't doing it, I was using too much. Less is more with this. I feel like the finish on it is really pretty, but if you put too much on, then it just looks too makeup-y. And I've been kind of liking a little less of a makeup look and a little bit more natural, because when you get up close to someone, I don't want them to be like, oh, look at all of her makeup. I want them to be like, oh, look at her. You know what I mean? I love makeup, but I don't want to look like a cake face walking around all the time, you know? So I've been, through the course of doing this, learning how to apply it on myself. And that's another thing. Like, you might have to learn to either have a less light of a hand or a heavier hand. Does that make sense? No, less light or heavier. Yeah, that makes sense. So, like, apply more or apply less, depending on what, you know, like, do you like the result? I haven't been liking the results. So, anyways, okay, put this on, Chelsea. I've been doing like one pump and using my beauty blender. I mean, we all feel self-conscious about something. I hate that I have breakouts, but there's nothing I can do about it when it's hormonal. So, I wish I didn't have them. I wish I had really flawless skin all the time, or just a little redness to conceal or whatever. I mean, it's embarrassing to have texture underneath your makeup, or to have, you know, all this going on. But you just have to learn how to conceal it without drawing actual attention to it. So a lighter hand seems to be a better approach for me. I know in high school I struggled a lot with feeling, I mean, high school is a tough time anyways. But then you throw in having a really, lots of acne, and it's so hard. And you're not alone. I mean, for those of you going through that right now, I'm 30 years old and I'm still getting breakouts. Actually worse now than in high school. But in high school it was hard. I wore makeup in high school just to cover them up because I was so embarrassed by it. But it didn't change who I was. It was, if I had to tell my younger self anything, I'm going to do a half of a pump just to kind of cover up any more redness out here. If I had to tell my younger self anything, it would have been to not be so concerned about how I looked and appeared to others, because everybody else was thinking the same exact thing, and be a little bit more confident, because that's more appealing than someone who is really just embarrassed about their face. Like, people that have I've met some of the most amazing people, and they have not perfect skin, but it doesn't even bother them, and you don't even notice it then because they're not noticing it and they're not shying away because of it. So, who cares? We all get it. I'm going to use the Tarte concealer, and once you put on your concealer, then like you're lightening and brightening that area too, so then you don't see so much of the redness from the zits and stuff. I don't even know how this turned into a zit situation, but I know some of you probably struggle with the same thing as me, so hopefully I don't know how I can encourage you other than don't focus on it and focus on other things that are super awesome about yourself. Even if it's like, I don't know, maybe you have super awesome hair. Like, I have decent hair. Do I know how to style it? Yeah, I'm working on it. So focus on your awesome hair, and that'll totally take away from anything you have going on in your face that makes you feel a little bit self-conscious, you know. I'm going to take MAC's Prep and Prime in Radiant Rose. I legit have had this for like 2 years. It's just like the never-ending pen. And I'm just going to do a little bit of cream highlighting here. I've been really just liking, since I have a damn beauty blender in my hand, just carrying on with everything cream all in one time here, you know what I mean? And I kind of like how cream just kind of highlights everything, and it just blends right into your skin. It doesn't sit on top like powder. I mean, powder, you can blend the powder in, but I just kind of like doing it like this. I'm gonna set my face and my under eye. I've been loving this. I'm so glad I brought the ambient lighting powders. They're just really nice. They don't look too powdery in the face or anything. Dim light. It's this one right here. I'm just gonna use that for underneath my eyes, and then I like to set the rest of my face with it. Not too much, just enough to keep the shine down and prep your face for the rest of like powder, bronzer, and blush and all that stuff. Using the Bobbi Brown bronzer, you know that. That's the only one I brought with me. The only bronzer I brought is this one, and I probably will have used quite a bit of it up by the time I get back to my drawer full of bronzers. Which, don't let me buy any more bronzers. Bronzers aren't even my thing, and I somehow have accumulated quite a few of them. Like, what is my thing? My thing is blush, lipstick, and foundation. See, now, all of a sudden, do you see, not all of a sudden, but do you see how after wearing that foundation for even just a little bit, how it just kind of blurs things and looks like skin? I know I don't have you super zoomed in here, but if I zoom you in too much, it gets dark, even though I purposely, oh my gosh, I have all these lights on it. Just, I even have the overhead lights on, and it still looks so dark. I don't know if it's because we don't have white walls. It's not like my natural filming room, or not natural, but my regular filming room, or what, but I'm trying to keep the lighting good for you guys, but I don't know. Don't really have any other ideas of what to do. I haven't really been contouring lately either. I've just been kind of deepening up my bronzer a little bit more. I just haven't really wanted to mess with a really sculpted look lately. I've been going for a little bit more natural definition. I think it's because when I'm out in public with, like, once again, up close with people, I don't want to look too sculpted, I guess. For my, ooh, I almost dropped that. For my blush, I want to use the Lorac Exposed, right? Nope, Lorac Velvet Rope. This is a beautiful blush. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it too, so depending on how much that gives, I might skip out on the highlighter. We shall see. I like these blushes. I have the Exposed, which is one of my all-time favorite peachy colors. I think I might have got a little heavy on the blush. Alright, I did my brows off camera because it's boring to watch, and I don't know. I actually, side note, have not had my brows waxed since May. So I have let them grow in completely natural because I felt like every time I got them waxed, they just literally took half of my brow off. And this one naturally is really good. This is my problem child. And I feel like if I let them look more natural and just pluck to keep my shape, for me it seems to be working so much better. You know, and make sure that I don't get a unibrow here because they like to grow together. Why do they like to grow together? Anyways, Fix Plus. Cannot ever skip this. It just helps my face look so much more glowy and dewy and yummy. Okay, and for my lips, I think I'm going to, well, I know what lipstick I'm going to use, but I'm not sure what liner to start off with. I think I'm going to start off with Plum by MAC and just kind of give my lips some pout. And then for my lipstick, I'm gonna use NARS Charlotte. Oh, I don't think I've worn this yet, but I tried it on in the store. It's beautiful. So here's the very fall finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love fall. I love fall makeup. I just think it's gorgeous. Just really deep vampy lips are my thing, and I like a good nude lip too, but I just feel like a vampy lip that's just, I just think it's so flattering with like a big chunky cream sweater that I'm not wearing, but I ordered one. It's on its way here. So I had a great time chit-chatting with you guys. I hope you enjoy. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.